Now that you've read COSL, you're ready to start your district investigation. And so I have provided a set of urban and suburban districts for you to investigate or to research. So you do have to pick one of those combinations. So if you choose number one, you're researching Austin ISD and Lake Travis. If you're choosing number two, you're doing Houston ISD and Katy ISD. So you're choosing one of those numbered combinations, and it's because you've got that urban area and then you've got a suburban area right next to it. And so what you want to do first, before you actually start investigating the districts, is I want you to look at the city demographic information. And I've given you an explanation of kind of why I want you to start there first. So I provided the website, texas.com. It's kind of a cool website that you can find lots of information about cities. And so the major cities are going to be listed here, or for smaller cities like Katy or Houston, you're going to come down here and click on Find Any City in Texas. So I'm going to go there, and I'm just going to pull up a different city that you're not researching. And I'm going to pull up Irving. So what that's going to provide for us here is a whole bunch of really cool information, but the information that I specifically want you to look at is over here under Public Info, Irving Demographics. I'm going to click on that. And this gives me just an overview of what the city demographic looks like. So I can see it based on gender, I can see it based on age, family lifestyle, ethnic or race background, housing, economic characteristics, and education characteristics. And so what this is telling us is about the demographics of the total city. And so I want to help you interpret this a little bit. So one of this is again, with ethnicity, that's anybody who's living in that city. It's not just school-age children. And so to get an idea about what that city demographic looks like, I think it's important to start here and then reflect on, is that reflected in school demographics? Are we seeing disparities? What's happening? So that's what that section tells you. The next section tells you about their salary. And so their median household income here is $44,000 a year. So what are you seeing in some of those other places like Austin and Katy, Lake Travis, Alamo Heights, Highland Park? What are you seeing there? And then lastly, so it is telling you something about school graduates. But on this next one, what I want you to make sure you understand the difference is this is about the population of 25 years and older. So what this is telling us is of the adult population who's living there in Irving, 20% of them only have a high school degree. Okay, so that means 20% only have a high school degree. Doesn't mean that it's all the rest of the people who got a high school degree and they went on to get their bachelor's. So 20% only have a high school degree. 5% have something more than that. They have an associate's. 19% have a bachelor's degree, which then also means they also have a high school degree, but it means they stopped after their bachelor's. And then 10% have a graduate or professional degree, which could mean a master's, could mean a doctorate, could mean an MD, JD. Professional degrees are those kinds of things like MDs and JDs. So that's how you interpret that part of it. It doesn't have anything to do with the student population. It's about the adult population who lives there. So I want you to start here and looking at some of the demographic information before you start moving on to student demographic information.